Welcome to another episode of the Comedy Hype News Show Late Night. I'm your host, Symphony Thompson. All right, well, things were quiet for a while, but Diddy is back in the news after being sued by one of his producers on his Love album release just last year. Now, this producer has accused Diddy of sexual assault, sexual harassment, and grooming. The lawsuit was filed on Monday. He said he's witnessed Diddy and others engage in serious illegal activity while he lived and traveled with him between September of 2022 and November of 2023. NBC News has identified the producer with all the allegations as Rodney Jones, but when he's with Diddy and friends, they know him as Little Rod. Let's take this one to the table. I have to bring this one to the table because I don't want to talk about the topic, but first, I got to check in with my co-host, Lester Green. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? I'm doing great. I'm feeling good. We all in brown. I like the color coordinating.
I do too, and I was gonna say that because in the house with us right now is Chicago's very own. We've seen him at Hype Mike. We see him all the time, and just a great guy in general. Y'all give it up for our guest, Marcus Tabb. How are you?
I'm great. It's a very pleasure to be here. Y'all are great. I watch this all the time.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you being here, especially to hop in on these topics, because y'all, I could not do it alone. Now, I want to give a couple of more details, and then I'm going to come and get your thoughts on this. Now, the producer who is suing Diddy, he's seeking $30 million in damages. He claims Combs did not compensate him for producing work, forced him to interact with sex workers, threatened him, served alcoholic beverages laced with drugs to guests at parties and homes. Now, I'm gonna bring it to you first. I'm gonna give our guests some time to dive into this one. What do you think about this? Like, what are your thoughts after seeing this come to light?
Well, first of all, I remember when Cassie came out and accused Diddy of doing certain things. I remember 50 Cent said right out the gate, like, they done opened the floodgates. Yeah. Because everybody gonna be coming for that Diddy money. So it almost feels like a conspiracy. I feel like everybody's trying to kick this man while he's down. Now, I don't agree with anybody being sexually assaulted, of course, but I don't agree with somebody trying to take advantage of somebody just because they feel like they can. Yeah. Truth is truth, and if somebody's just trying to get a bag just to better themselves, I'm not for that.
Yeah.
I just can't go for that. And it feels that way. It feels like everybody. And then when I heard about it, I was thinking about Aubrey O'Day from Day 27. And I remember she did interviews and she was talking about how P. Diddy was inappropriate and he was doing certain things behind the scenes. So these images that the media is painting of P. Diddy are somewhat suggestive of what might have happened. It's not like this hasn't been heard before.
And I want to dive into that a little bit more too, because there are more people that are talking about it. Got quiet for a little bit, but now it's back. Marcus Tabb, what's your thoughts on it?
Hey, it's club love over there. Diddy
we don't want to go to club.
Do some club love, and he just want everybody in club love. I think some of it might be conspiracy. I think some people just want the money for regular sex, and in that case, you should have just got the payment up front. Yeah. Man, I think some people actually is trying to cash in on the payday like it's tax day. Yeah. Because some people could go for criminal allegations like y'all did my boy R. Kelly and got him locked up for 30 years.
We not gonna go there because that's a different lane.
But they could have go for criminal allegations like you said. Right. But it's mostly lawsuits. It's mostly money that they want. Right. They don't want to see him locked up. So it makes me think, like, is it a payday? Because in the 30 million, they said that this guy want 30 million. Cassie want 30 million. I want 30 million. This the new Diddy did something to me too. This the new thing. 30 million is the new number.
But wait, there's more to this. Now, according to academics, who we know is also known for staying in the headlines as well, he says that the lawsuit alleges that Diddy had sexual intercourse with they did not name names, here's what they said, a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, and a R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. You mentioned, there may be some conspiracy, both of you, and Marcus, I'll start with you first here. What are your thoughts? Why do you think now people are deciding to, say something or come out? Do you think there is some type of conspiracy when it comes to Diddy?
Well, I don't know about conspiracy. I think it's just people just trying to jump on the train and jump on the bandwagon. They've been holding this stuff in for years. It's time for them to get their piece. And they want to say it, whether if it's not sexual intercourse with them, but they'll have something to say. Like, I was the one that said that it was Usher fight wrestling with him with the Frosted Flakes. I knew that if y'all ever seen that video where they said they was wrestling at 4 a.m. over Frosted Flakes, we knew Usher was coming,
Yeah.
But they don't have to out other people. That's what I don't like. They're out. Is it
necessary?
They're using big names to move their self forward. You don't got to do that. Just talk about what happened with you and let's get the truth out there. We don't have to mix it all in with all this, mumbo jumbo. Just trying to start stuff.
Let me bring you in now. On Comedy Hype, we recently did a news break where Donnell from Making the Band pretty much said the same thing. Like, hey, we been knew this about Diddy. Why now? Why do you feel like this is the time to say something? Especially when you're throwing in, like you said, other people's names that has nothing to do with it. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's a conspiracy?
Yeah, it's hard to say that it's a full-on conspiracy simply because there have been moments where I saw Diddy look a little suspect. I was watching an interview with Nori and Fab and Jada Kiss. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah. And they were talking about Puff Daddy's parties and things like that. And they were P. Diddy made Fab feel a little uncomfortable by saying nice things to Fab.
And Daddy.
Right, yeah.
You ain't want to say it.
I didn't want to say it.
Man, Daddy.
But yeah, and he says that a lot though. Daddy.
He does.
And those people aren't his dad. Yeah, so it just makes me wonder if, and again, there's nothing wrong with being that way, but if you are that way, then I would say own up to it.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Take
right?
No, I agree. I don't know if there's definitely some parts, and I never agree with sexual assault of any kind. It's an absolute no for me. But it's just some things I feel like aren't necessary to put out there, like bringing out, and of course they didn't mention Meek Mill or, Usher or anything like that. But it's like bringing in that extra information, like, man, come on, like, can you could have left that behind closed doors. We didn't need that. It doesn't help the case or anything like that. So I don't know. We'll see how this continues to unfold. As you see, it is back in the headlines. Now, after that one, I do want to take a break because that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Is everybody all right? Everybody, y'all good? Everybody good? We here. All right, look, we here. Let me check in. Lester, how are you?
I'm feeling good.
How was your weekend? What you been up to?
It was great. It was great. I got a chance to go to Dave & Buster's. I had never been there before.
Never?
Nah, I went with my son. I never went there.
Lester, that is like...
Yeah, he been deprived.
Right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. They got all the games there. The food was good. And so I love that my son is introducing me to new things, at least to me. I know you probably been there before, right?
Yeah, I've been there.
You been there? He said, I've been there. So I'm late. I'm just late.
Yeah, you living vicariously through him. You like Michael Jackson through your childhood in the end.
Your comparisons. How was your weekend, Mark?
It was great, man. I actually went out and partied with some Jamaicans.
Okay.
And that was amazing. I love partying with...
In Atlanta?
Yeah, in Atlanta at the Royal Peacock. It's a Caribbean club. And it's just so good to have people like... Because most of the time in Atlanta, the clubs are like all sectioned off. But when you party with the Jamaicans, it's just big old dance floor.
Wow.
Everybody's out there dancing, having a good time. And they got like routines for all of the songs. It was just such an amazing experience.
Yeah.
I did have the first two. I went to Top Golf for the first time.
Oh.
Really? How was that?
It was cool.
Did you hit the ball or?
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. I was
It's all right.
Don't go to Top Golf with some strong Jamaicans. They was hitting it over the fence.
Yeah.
It was cool.
That's awesome. Speaking of Jamaicans, this weekend I went to go see the movie One Love.
Oh.
Have y'all saw that yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I seen it. For me, it was good. You didn't get as much of the story, from childhood to now, but just being able to feel, just certain things that he went through and then understanding the relationship between him and his wife and family. It was a beautiful thing. So I was happy. Speaking of Jamaicans, I have to go to a Jamaican club now. I'm not a club person, but I feel like a Jamaican club just is different than the usual Atlanta scene that we have. Now, everybody's talking about the new Wendy Williams documentary, but for all the wrong reasons. Listen to this. Fans of the media personality feel they were tricked. They thought they would be watching an inspirational journey of one of the few Black women in radio and talk show history. But instead, what they got was a story that seems to exploit one of the industry's best media personalities and show her in a not so favorable light. Now, days before the series premiered, a statement was issued which revealed that she had been diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, which suffers and affects language, communication skills, behavior, and cognitive functions. This was the same disease Bruce Willis was diagnosed with. Now, the producers of the docuseries have come out and said they weren't aware of Wendy's condition and mental state while filming. My question is, how in the world can that happen? Lester, let me start with you. How on heaven's earth do you do an entire docuseries exploiting the Wendy Williams and not know? What are your thoughts
I
there?
agree. To me, I watched a few of the episodes, and it looks like it was a money grab.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Wendy Williams, she got the name, she got the fame, people know who she is. Let's just see how much money we can get for this. People gonna watch it. And while I'm watching this unfold, I'm saying to myself, who really cares about this woman? It felt like people were just watching this circus. And I remember Dame Dash said one thing about Kanye West. I know that the two are different, but when Kanye was sort of going off, well, he's always going off, but Dame Dash said people are so quick to put a camera in front of him as opposed to getting him some help.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we are right now with Wendy. I think she really needs help. She doesn't need to be in front of the camera. She doesn't need to be doing a talk show or a podcast. She needs help.
Yeah.
It's a cry for help.
Yeah. Marcus, what are your thoughts out there? And I know headlines have been crazy, but what are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I mean, I just remember watching Wendy Williams. I knew something was wrong when she was dressed up like the Statue of Liberty and she passed
fell.
out.
Yeah.
And she passed out. That's when we should have cut all the cameras and got her together.
Yeah.
But they said like all this is coming from, cocaine and alcohol. So I think like just being in Hollywood, it was their intention, to feed her all of this stuff, and they gave her like the wrong medicines and the wrong attention, and now they're cashing in on it, because it seems like to be like the year of exposure, starting with Cat Williams and Diddy, and now Wendy Williams is just like everybody just cashing in on exposure, and just trying to get somebody to look bad so they look good and get a payday out of somebody's downfalls.
Absolutely, and I find it really hard to believe that you can sit there with somebody for that long and not know that something's wrong. I mean, mental health is a big conversation right now, especially in the Black community. So for me, definitely prayers to Wendy Williams. Man, it's very unfortunate to constantly see this unfold, but I am proud of people for speaking up. Because sometimes social media can be harsh, and they can, but people are like actually defending Wendy Williams and saying this is an absolute no. So prayers to Wendy Williams and her team, and I really hope somebody that cares actually stands up and speaks up for her. And Now we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're actually gonna dive into a little bit of comedy conversation since we have Marcus Tabb. Stay tuned. You're watching the Comedy Hype News Show Late Night.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy E. Mays, and I am here with Hype Hunter today, and we are at the Garden Bar at Hype Studios. And I am so happy to have Auntie from the Bookstore Gallery here with me today. And today she's actually brought us something special. I really want to try this. Tell me a little bit about it.
Hemp is a collaboration with Comedy Hype. John of Comedy Hype was the one.
Shouts out the home team.
There you go. He was the one who came up with the idea of having a tea that helps you laugh daily.
Oh.
Drink tea.
Laugh daily.
Hemp. Hemp basically is a plant. It's the cousin to the marijuana plant. People often ask, well, is it going to get me high? No, it's not going to get you high. It's going to get you chilled. That's what hemp does.
All right, this is your boy's first taste at Hemp. Oh, that's good.
Is it really?
That's
You're
good.
not just saying that, right?
No, that is good. Head over to hypemarket.com for our platform. We have all her products listed there. And that doesn't fit your fancy, you can head down to the Bookstore Gallery, speak with Auntie herself, get a little bit more information, run whatever you need to do, Google search, put it in your computer, on your phone. Go get this product. Thank you very much. This is amazing. Amazing.
Now, comedians Donnell Rawlings and Mike Epps released stand-up specials this month on Netflix, and the world is sending in their opinions. This week, Mike Epps logged into Instagram to thank his fans who watched while sharing a message to those who didn't. The release of these two specials with the drama and the behind-the-scenes stories attached has comedy fans wondering, why aren't stand-up specials special anymore? Marcus, you're the comedian here. I want to get your thoughts. I don't know if you've seen the specials, but just when we're talking about, in general, specials nowadays, do you think they've kind of lost that special touch?
I think that specials are now so autonomous, and it's like anybody can create their own special if you have the following and you have the money. And back in the day, it's like you had to be chosen from a company. Like HBO would have to see you out and about, and then they'll pick you and be like, yeah, we want you to do a half an hour. We want you to do a whole hour. Yeah. Like Chris Rock's HBO specials are like amazing, you know? And another reason people say specials aren't special anymore is because you see the same stuff they're doing on tour on the special. And so you feel like, okay, I've seen all these jokes already in person. I don't want to see them on Netflix again.
Right.
And also the fans kind of ruin that because they'll record the whole special.
Yep.
And they'll say, don't record us. And the fans will be like, yeah, we're going to get the first special. Right. Before Netflix gets this joke out, we're going to get this joke on my Instagram, on my Reels. Right. And it takes away the whole feeling of just like the celebrity. We don't feel that celebrity anymore because we see it all the time on Instagram. You can see somebody else special through somebody recording. So it's different nowadays, and it can get saturated sometimes. But some specials I feel like are due, like Donnell Rollins. I feel like his special was due, and Earthquake when he had his special, that was very due.
It's time for them to
Yeah, it was definitely due in time for those.
Now, Lester, I know you actually watched both specials because you know they've both been in the headlines, both Mike Epps and Donnell Rollins. Let me get your thoughts on it. What were your thoughts on the specials? Because people are kind of comparing the two because they were released both on Netflix.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on them?
Well, it just seems very convenient that Donnell Rollins just dropped his special after he had that whole altercation or encounter with Corey Holcomb. Yeah, so now it's starting to make sense. It's like the comedy game is the rap game. You remember when 50 was coming out back in the days, and he would rap How to Rob, and he was talking about all these other artists, and then he would push out his mixtapes and stuff like that, and it would get people going. So it feels like it's the rap game right now. And in terms of Donnell Rollins and his special, I love the intro. I thought it was beautiful. Him waking up, it felt like a movie. You see his kid right there. I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm ready. But then when it started, I said, what happened? Yeah. It was like a letdown. And the outfit that he was wearing just didn't fit. I know he's trying to go with the suits and everything. He got the blue suit. It looked sharp, but it just didn't seem like it was him. Yeah. It seemed like he was trying to put on a costume. You know, when somebody puts on a costume, it just doesn't fit. And so the jokes that he was saying, they seemed a little dated. He was talking about the whole salad song, Vegetable King seems, Jake. It just seemed dated. Yeah. It seemed like his special was late. Yeah. It came too late for me. And as I'm watching it, I wasn't laughing. I was giving half smiles. You know when you like, you know what I mean? Like those half smiles, like, I want to laugh, but it's not funny, but I get what he's trying to say and do. Yeah. So that's how I felt about Donnell Rollins. And then in terms of Mike Epps, to me, he came out with the brown leather jacket. The energy was right. You could tell he was himself. He was cool, laid back. I remember his jokes. He was talking about shooters and prison and cheating. Right, cheating. And Mike Epps, it just seemed like there was more put into the production. And with Donnell Rollins, it felt like I was going to an open mic. Yeah. You know, like he was just trying out some jokes to see if they hit. Whereas with Mike Epps, it was like this production. I felt like, oh, shoot, I'm watching a show. Yeah.
So you feel like Corey Holcomb when he said it was mild.
And I mean, I will say, so I watched a little bit of Donnell Rollins' special. For me to see him in person, like when I seen him in person, hilarious. Like, I really enjoyed it from top to bottom every time I've seen him live. But I will say the special it was a little bit of a letdown. It wasn't his best. Yeah. I'll say that. So I won't say he's mild as a comedian, but there are some, questionable responses to the actual special. But Mike Epps, too, I feel like Mike Epps is just naturally funny.
He is.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Marcus, there's just a difference in, like, when you're just fun, like, you have that goofy, natural thing. I feel like Mike Epps has that, as opposed to Donnell Rawlings. It seems like his regular personality is probably like, just more put together, kind of
laid back.
Yeah, like not as goofy
I
as
agree.
Mike Epps.
Yeah, Mike Epps is one of the only comedians, like, because I kind of don't really like certain specials like that, because I don't want to sit through an hour of somebody talking sometimes. Like, I just can't get through that. But Mike Epps is one of, like, the only people that I can just, because he doesn't have transitions. It's just like he just keep talking about a subject, and then he'll hone in on the subject, and then he'll get away from that. It's just like the way he does it. It's just like, it doesn't feel like he's transitioning between jokes.
Right.
Yes.
It's just continuous.
It's a flow.
Yeah, it's a continuous flow of laughter.
Yeah.
I love Mike Epps.
That's a good point, and I'll add in less, and I'll let you follow up. I would say that would be the difference of the two for me. Like when I watched Donnell Rawlings, his transitions felt kind of choppy a little bit. Like it didn't really like flow into the next thing.
Yes.
And it made me feel like, wait, how did we get here? I thought we were just talking about. Whereas when I was watching Mike Epps, it just flowed. And again, I didn't watch all of either, so I want to make sure I put that out there. But even just watching what I did, it was just that feeling of like, okay, this is kind of choppy a little bit. It's not really like taking me on a journey and telling me a story.
Right.
Go ahead, Lester. Sorry.
Yeah, and I remember we were talking about Mike Epps, and you were saying that Mike Epps can sort of improvise on the spot and still make it funny. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I've seen you perform, and when you perform, somebody might say something in the audience, and you'll pick up on it, and you'll sort of run in that direction, and it just flows. And I wanted to ask you about that. Is that something that you've always been able to do, or have you sort of learned how to do that?
It's definitely a skill to learn as far as the balance between improvisation and sticking to the jokes. It's definitely a balance and a skill, because you don't want to do too much crowd work, because only like a few people do like just only crowd work. And you don't want to do too much jokes. You want to live people in the moment. My thing is, I say the best crowd work is just being in the moment. And that goes with the music and comedy and everything. Like if you go to a concert of your favorite artist, you want them to say like, "What's up, Atlanta? I love going to JR Crickets." And or like, "Tonight is raining like a motherfucker," or just anything that's just in the moment. We can all share this moment together. That's what I hone in on. What moment can we all share together now?
Wow.
So then we can move from there, and I can tell you about my life now that we've shared this moment and this connection. And that's where I use the improv as far as that.
Absolutely. Well, I think that was a great question, because we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I mean, what better way to go ahead and have Marcus Tabb do a stand-up comedy performance right here on the Comedy Hype News Show late night. Stick around. We'll be right back. So we just released hypealerts.com, which gives you, our community, the opportunity to submit breaking news, interview requests, and or a throwback story. And I know how much I love those throwback stories. Now, this is exciting to me because one, I'm always reporting on these things, but also I think it's important and valuable for our content to reflect the pulse of the culture. So what are you still doing here? Message us at hypealerts.com and I hope to cover your story. Make it good too. Don't give me no like stuff. Like give me something good. Make me feel good. Something that really speaks to our people. Something good. Message us.
Thank y'all. This is amazing. Never thought I'd be here at Comedy Hype. This was not in my dreams, but it's a dream now. I came up, man, I started doing this comedy thing because of my dad. He's a hilarious dude, man. He's the type of guy, he just want to make everybody laugh. He'd go to Dunkin' Donuts, be like, "Y'all got donuts?" Or he'll go, yeah, he that type of guy. He go to Burger King, be like, "Y'all got burgers?" He was that type of guy, man. He taught me everything that I needed to know as a young man, as a young black man coming up, My dad taught me everything that you think that a father should teach a son. He taught me how to lie, how to cheat, and how to steal. Yeah, man. He taught me all that lying and cheating, stealing shit, and it was great because he was the pastor. So it worked out. I learned from the best. I learned from the best at lying and cheating and stealing. Yeah, man. He was a great pastor, man. Great father, great pastor. Well, he was all right, but the pastoring, he had down lock. He had the pastoring down lock, man. And he was the type of pastor that liked to sing and everything, because he had a real nice voice. He had a no baritone voice, and it would just hypnotize the whole crowd every time he sang and stuff. But he would use that same type of tactics on my mama when he was out doing his thing and he was cheating. Yeah, he would just be leaving out late night, like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. And my mom be like, nigga, where you think you going? Where you going? And I'd be the same way, Dad, where you going? Why you leaving us? He'd just bust down that old baritone voice, just start singing. Anybody asks you where I'm going? Look at y'all, hypnotized right now. Just like my mama, she hypnotized, sing, I'm going up beyond. Say, mama, we need to leave this house in the name of Jesus. He is cheating on you. And you was using gospel to do it, old hymnals. Man, and I just feel like, man, he's still in my life today, man, so I appreciate that. I don't appreciate that at all. That's just been the one thing missing in my life is my dad, and he's not missing. He's still here. That's the problem. That's the whole issue there, man. Because I got so much ambition as a young man. I want to be somebody. I'm trying to, accomplish my goals and stuff. So I watch certain documentaries about great people so I could learn how to be great. I watched the Jay-Z documentary the other day, and he was like, yeah, man, my dad wasn't around, man. I was selling coke, and look at me now. I'm like, damn, I'm doing it wrong. A couple years behind on that. Yeah, I was watching a LeBron James documentary, He was like, yeah, man, my daddy wasn't never around. Look at me, I'm LeBron James, a millionaire. I got a school and no daddy. I said, damn. Kevin Durant documentary, I went back and watched that. His mama was like, I am the daddy. I did everything around here. And I watched all them documentaries and I just walked right into my dad's room. I said, get the hell out. Man, I'm trying to be somebody. Man, for real, man, he used to get on my nerves. He said, what'd I do? I said, I'm trying to be somebody and you still here. Dang, man, he's still in my life, man. But hey, he got me this far. He got me Comedy Hype. It's a beautiful place, man. And like I said, he taught me all the nasty stuff, but I don't really think he taught me cheating that well. Yeah, man, because cheating back in the day was different. It was like you got caught different cheating. Like you used to get caught in church. Like they'd be gossiping about you. Girl, did you see Pastor at Comedy Hype on Monday? He was sitting next to the girl with the titties. But no, man, nowadays technology is different now, man. You get caught cheating a whole different way. Because I was in a relationship for a long time, man. I was doing my thing, and she caught up to me quick. She had, like our 2nd year anniversary, she bought me this little Apple Watch. And I thought it was cool because I thought I could pull some more hoes with it, you know what I'm saying? I'm walking around like Deion Sanders' son and shit like, yeah, what's up? Oh, with me, yeah, we gonna run them first 2 games, what's up? Hell no, this shit been connected to her phone the whole time. Hell yeah, she checking my heartbeat right now as I'm doing this TV show. I had to learn my resting heart rate just for her. I had to pop a Xanax every time I go out, just so she don't think I'm having sex. It's crazy out here, man. But I made it now, man. I'm living by myself. I done got my own apartment out here in Atlanta. Yeah, man. I wish I had a roommate. This shit is, I got so many bills, God. I wish I had a roommate for real, man. When I had a roommate, I was balling on these niggas. Everything was half off. Now that I'm by myself, man, I'm blessed to be here. Okay? It's bad being by yourself, man. And I smoke weed. I'm from Chicago, so I be a little paranoid in the house by myself. Yeah, man, you smoke weed? Oh, Midwest gang in this bitch. Yeah. He said, I don't smoke weed, but yeah. From the same area, from the same region. We had regional, okay, yeah. No, I get high, I be paranoid. I be in the house by myself, paranoid as hell, man. And y'all know what's the scariest thing in my house right now? That ice machine, that thing right there. Yeah. When I'm in the house by myself, that ice machine is a menace. For some reason, that ice machine sounds like it's finna unlock your door and rape you, I promise. That ice machine is it's terrifying to me. It's quiet, and it's just filtering water. That's all it's doing, but I feel like somebody trying to stab me in the middle of the night. And my rent, It's cheap because I'm in the hood. And at least I thought that's why it was cheap. It's not really why it was cheap, man. My rent is cheap because they gave me a handicapped apartment. Yeah, they gave me a disabled apartment with a lot of space for a wheelchair. It's not for regular old me. And I found out it was handicapped when I went to the bathroom because my toilet low as hell to the ground. Yeah, my toilet, it's like every time I shit, it's like a natural birth. I hug my knees and I rock. You ever had to rock a turd out when you was constipated? Front, back, side. Okay, too much. And when you rock and you rocking and you doing all that, all this go to sleep. Your neck, everything turned into static TV. Your back, your head, my hair started going to sleep. I was terrified. But we high and that ice machine's still going. I'm from Chicago. I got to defend my house. I get up and go right back down. Everything's still asleep. So I just start hollering out threats like, yeah, all right. I'm going to shoot this bitch up on phone now. That's a Chicago threat if y'all didn't know. On phone now. I appreciate this time, man. This has been great, man. Y'all have been wonderful. Thank you, Comedy Hype, for the time, man. My name is Marcus Tabb.
Did y'all enjoy that? First of all, great job.
Thank you.
Absolutely hilarious. Love the dad joke.
Thank you.
Absolutely hilarious. How can people keep up with everything that you have going on?
You guys can follow me on Instagram at watchmarcus_, and you can follow me on Twitter at watchmarcus. You can add me on Facebook at Marcus Tabb, and keep up with all my social medias for new and upcoming stuff that I got coming soon.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so proud of you. Make sure you stick around because when we come back, we have Love Letters powered by PenFlow AI. You're watching the Comedy Hype News Show late night. Great job. That was good.
What's happening? What's up? It's your boy Deanne Turner, and I'm here to tell you about this mic right here. This is the hottest mic in the world. Why? Because it's in Atlanta, Georgia, baby. And no other comedy scene is better than Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I've been to New York, I've been to California, I've been to Texas, I've even done comedy in Dubai. But Atlanta's comedy scene is the purest form of entertainment that you'll ever get. Some of the best comics have stepped on this stage, from OGs to up and coming, and they destroying the mic. I'm your host each and every week, D'Anthony Turner.
They worry about Epstein list, Puffy list gonna be f***ed up. They got TD Jakes in the beginning. I can imagine who gonna come out in March. Cause Bishop TD Jakes can't even go to church no more. Every time I see that, I think about some head. I walked in on my they said, what you want? I said, to be swallowed up.
Check it out for yourself. Either come to the city or catch us on TV, baby. Each and every week, Hype Mike, we destroying the mic.
Welcome back, welcome back. Now, this part of the segment is called Love Letter with Lester, powered by PenFlow AI. Now, Symphony, last time we were here, we read a letter that was written towards you.
You did a lot better than the ones I get in my DMs. A lot better than the messages I get in my DMs.
Right. So this time around, we got a letter from Craig that's directed towards the rapper Lotto.
Come on then, okay,
Right?
Craig. You know, Craig from Friday. Shout out to Craig. Come on.
Salute Craig. He sent the letter in to loveletters@comedyhype.com. And so now we're going to read it.
Okay. Well, I'm excited for this one. A big shout out to, all the female rappers. There's different genres and people always, talk down on them a little bit, but I feel like everybody got their own taste.
Yeah.
So shout out to Lotto. I'm ready to hear this one then. I'm glad it's not on me this time. This time I ain't got to worry about it. This is Lotto. This is for you, Lotto.
It's for you, Lotto. Hey, DJ, set my mood. I see you, Craig. All right. Dear Lotto, your rap career radiates as brightly as your beautiful light yellow skin. Your hair, kissed by streaks of blonde, flows like a river of brown silk. That's poetic. In your light brown eyes, I find a captivating depth, enriched by a perfect hint of green. I like green, okay. Standing at 5 feet 6 inches, he knows how tall she is. With your bodacious curves, you possess dimensions and features that only a divine hand could craft. Bars! Columbus, Ohio deserves gratitude for gifting the world with such a wonderful soul, while Atlanta, Georgia deserves praise for nurturing this majestic queen. He wrote this? Wow. Your lyrics possess a rawness akin to Trina and a ruthlessness reminiscent of Boozy. Okay. They are as astute as Ludacris and carry a destiny as great as Lil Wayne's. Though our paths may never cross, know that I am forever your most devoted fan. Wherever life takes you, whatever endeavors you pursue, rest assured that I am steadfastly rooting for you from afar. Woo! You are a constant source of joy in my heart. With all my love and admiration, Craig.
Shout out to
Craig! You did that, Craig. You did that. What you think?
Yeah, no, so I was actually doing some research, right? Because I wanted to see, like, who is Craig? Because for a while, people have been trying to figure out who Lotto is dating. Some people think, they have their own speculations. But I was just trying to see, like, what does he do? Mm-hmm. Just in case Lotto was looking or just in case, whatever. And I saw in his signature M.ed-CTVI. And I was like, I wonder what that is, right? Mm-hmm. So I think he's a master educator and he's a certified teacher of the visually impaired. So Lotto, he's doing good.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, he's doing good for the community. I myself as eyeglass wearer, I wouldn't, but still, he's doing some good for the community. So, kudos. And he wrote it?
He wrote it.
Kudos to Craig.
Kudos. Wow.
Craig, you did that. I think Lotto.
Did that.
What do you think, though? What would you think?
I like it. Yeah. It was very poetic.
Yeah.
It had a nice flow to it.
He mentioned green, Lester Green.
He did mention green. He
You
did
know what I'm
mention
saying?
green. I like that. He mentioned Boozy. I like some Boozy.
I saw Boozy last night, too, acting up at the Atlanta Hawks game. So.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
you saw him dancing and acting a fool. I love me some Boozy, though.
Yeah, and he gave homage to, like, her lyrics, like, what he really appreciated.
He did.
So, okay, shout out to Craig.
Yeah, shout out to Craig. So, listen, guys, if you got, or girls, if you got them love letters and you want to get them read, send them here, loveletters@comedyhype.com. And we just going to read them out. I appreciate you. Craig, you a real one. He a real one.
I do. I agree. I think it's the perfect time. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll come back. You're watching the Comedy Hype News Show Late Night.
That felt good. Hope you enjoyed this week's love letter. Need some help writing your next proposal or verbiage for your business site? PenFlow AI is the solution for you. By adding just a few prompts and clicks, this AI-powered and human-driven app will get you one step closer to completing your project. So head on over to penflowai.com to get your writing needs done today. Stop procrastinating and let's get it done.
Lester, before we go, what did you think of today's show? What you got?
I liked it. This Marcus Tabb guy, he's a superstar.
He is.
I really do. And I like that he's so poised and mature. He's only in his 20s, but you wouldn't know based off his stage presence, the way he carries himself. So salute to Marcus.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Marcus. But what do you have coming up? How can people...
Yeah, so we getting ready to film a movie called The Representative.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Star!
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dr. Maya. She wrote the script. She's producing it, and I'm excited about playing the character. I'm going to be playing a private investigator.
I'm excited for that. You're gonna kill that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We got to get you in some movies.
Hey, man. I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I've been waiting for a minute, so I'm ready.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, today was definitely another amazing show. A shout out to my co-host, Lester Green, and our live studio audience. Now, I've been trying to find a name for this closeout for a while, and y'all, I think I found it. So this is officially titled Tell Me the Good News segment. Now, I'm really excited about this because this just gives me an opportunity to highlight some of the good things that's going on in the world. And, you know, we talk about all the things that are heavy in the headlines and things like that, but this is just a moment to highlight good things that are happening. So today's Tell Me the Good News is dedicated to my black men, thanks to Mr. Russell Wilson. I mean, did y'all see that clip? Did y'all see Russell Wilson? So he actually did a one-on-one interview with I Am Athlete, and he talked about raising children with Sierra. Let's take a look at this clip.
3 days later, I meet C. And when I walked in the room and I saw, you know, little Future, he's 9 months at the time, he crawls in my lap, and it was like, you know, this is gonna be my responsibility. I remember leaving that night and God saying, God saying to me, raising this child, it's gonna be your responsibility. I was like, God, are you sure this is what you want me to do? I say, son, this is for you.
The first night?
Yeah, the first night. Mm-hmm.
Was that scary?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think scary just in the sense of, not scary, but it was more so an opportunity. This is what you want me to do. This is, you know, stepping in to raise, you know, a child with C and this and that, and realizing that, okay, God, like, I know she's the one for me, but also too, I'm gonna take this responsibility as well. Like, okay, like, and I was ready for that.
Now, I'm against everybody having a mic these days because it gets crazy. But when I see conversations like this, especially highlighting our black men, I am here for it. Contrary to what the world says, there are so many beautiful black fathers, biologically and none, getting it right. So today, I'm shining some light on all of you. And another thank you to my co-host Lester Green, our special guest Marcus Tabb, our live studio audience, and to you for joining us for another episode of the Comedy Hype News Show, Late Night. I'm your host, Symphony Thompson. Good night, and I'll see you next Friday.